So finally, we are 1 day away from the release of the Xbox Series X and 3 days away from the release of the PS5. Along with that, also Assassin's Creed Valhalla is releasing tomorrow and Watch Dogs Legion has already released. So there's a lot of things to talk about this week. Hey, what is happening guys? This is Orca from Orca's Gaming Corner and welcome to another week of gaming news. So first of all, let's talk about the PS Plus and the PS Plus collection. For the month of November, we have Shadow of War and Hollow Knight for the PS4, and for the PS Plus collection or PS Plus, whatever you may say. And on the PS5 we have something extra, the PS5 console only, that is Bugsnack, which is free at the moment as a PS Plus collection. Now if you go to the actual PS Plus collection, which will be there for the PS5 owners, you will get a bunch of games from the PS4 which are like very good games. Batman Arkham Knight, Battlefield 1, Bloodborne, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Zombie Chronicles, Crash Bandicoot, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Fallout 4, God of War, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, Infamous Second Son, Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat 10, Persona 5, Ratchet & Clank, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End and Until Dawn. So these are really good games that you get to play out of the box if you have PlayStation Plus collection when you get your new PS5. Now here's the thing, we still don't know whether you have to have the PS5 on the month of November or these will be available on the month of December, January and so on. So I mean, if I go and buy my PS5 say next year on June or May, do I still get these games? I'm not sure about that, but we are definitely sure that this will be there for November. So there is a lot of games to pick up in November for the PS5. And on the PS4 side, we have Shadow of War, which is a brilliant game, and the HDR rendition of this game is absolutely insane. And you get Hollow Knight, which I have heard is a pretty good game too. But I mean, again, that is an indie game, so we will most likely say that okay, Shadow of War is a really good game that you get. So that's about it when it comes to PS Plus and PS Plus collection. Next, we know that Assassin's Creed Valhalla is releasing tomorrow, and I will be playing it tomorrow because it's already preloaded on my system. So I'll be playing it on the PC. So this is my most awaited game after Ghost of Tsushima and Cyberpunk 2077. Now we know that Cyberpunk 2077 again got delayed to December of 10th this year. So I hope it doesn't get delayed anymore. And so I've already preloaded Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I'll hope to be playing it tomorrow. I have heard quite a lot of good things about this game. First of all, it's not as big as Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now whether that is good or not, I think that is good, because in the sense when I say big, it means like it is not padded with stupid quests. Fetch this, fetch that, do this, do that, kill this many of this and that and all that. There is a bit of that, but not to an extreme amount that was there in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So it will be much more forgiving in that sense. And I think some of the things, the way this looks and how it plays is also better. Now the main problem with all Assassin's Creed games, especially when they release, is the performance. So I hope the performance is on point, or at least we can, we are given ample choices on the PC so that we can tweak our settings so that we can get a smooth 60 FPS on this game. And I also hope that the HDR is good, because for Odyssey the HDR is truly bad on PC and I have nothing to say on that. It is absolutely washed out and feels like crap on the PC, so I just need that to be good. So this is releasing, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is releasing tomorrow, that is November of 10th on the PS4, PC, that would be on Epic Store and Ubisoft Store, and then on the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X. So it is like a launch title for the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. Okay, so the other game that is really good and out this month is again Watch Dogs Legion. I have already tried the game and I've played a bit of it. The game is good, everything looks fine, except for the fact that the performance is quite bad. I don't think it is really good optimized. Even if you take a 2070 Super at 4K with like high to medium settings, you're still getting, of course ray tracing enabled, you're still getting around 40 to 50 FPS, which is not bad, which is playable for a game like this. But I would like always say, like in 2020, like 60 FPS is the good thing. But then this being again an adventure kind of game which does not have too much of shooting, it's not a first person shooter, so I don't think it matters too much to that extent that you have to have that 60 FPS. However, I think it would be better if it was a little bit less intensive on the GPU and the CPU, and because I especially feel that it absolutely looks good but not that good, in the sense like games like Demon Souls is releasing on the 12th with the PS5 launch, and that just blows away Watch Dogs in how it looks, and also Spider-Man Miles Morales. And I feel that Assassin's Creed Valhalla also looks better than this, but still this does not play so well, so that is the main concern that I have here. However, this seems to be a good game, so you guys can also look out for this. So now we know what is releasing and what is released. We already know that Cyberpunk is delayed to next month. There is, I think, Call of Duty Cold War is releasing this month. That is the only other big game. And I am into Call of Duty, but I usually don't want to spend $70 for a shooter which is like some 8 to 10 hours or 15 hours and then it ends. And then they kill Call of Duty on PC at least every yearly, so which I don't like. I mean, if you're playing it on the PlayStation, I think you can play it for at least 2 years. Also depends on the title. If the crowd likes it, then it lasts for 2 years to 3 years. If they don't like it, then it just ends and then you have to cough up another $70. So that way, I mean, that is another game that you can look forward to. Also, the other major thing that happened was PS5 and Xbox Series X reviews are out, and I've gone through almost a lot of the sites like Digital Foundry, PC Gamer, then Game Informer, and so many and so forth. So the main review impressions are that both of the consoles are extremely powerful and extremely fast, so you don't have to worry about that part. So if you are thinking that the PS5 may be a little less powerful, no, that is not the thing. It will almost do everything that the Series X will do, and the Series X is definitely the more powerful one, maybe even though it is slightly. As of now, we have not seen many comparison videos, so let's not get into that, but individually they are really powerful. So I'm like really happy in the sense like both the consoles are up to snuff in terms of power. Now, in terms of the launch titles, I think PS5 wins hands down. It has Demon Souls, then it has Spider-Man Miles Morales, it has the remastered Spider-Man with full ray tracing and all that from the PS4 edition. Of course, it has games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and all those third-party titles, which I'm not even talking about. And then it has other games like Devil May Cry 5 with ray tracing and all that, which also runs at 4K 60 FPS, and it also has a 120 FPS mode. And both of these consoles have Dirt 5, by the way, which run at 120 FPS. So on launch titles, similarly, if you see for Xbox Series X and Series S, I think they were counting on Cyberpunk 2077 to deliver a lot, but I think the first month will not be that great because that just went back and got delayed by a month. And if it would have released this month, it would have been spectacular for the Xbox, but that does not seem to be the case. So now we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we have Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and we have games like Watch Dogs to look forward to, which is not bad but not great. So that is what we can talk about now, the launch titles. After that, let's talk a little bit about backwards compatibility. So backwards compatibility, Microsoft side, most things are really good. You can play as back as Xbox 360 and some games from OG Xbox also on the Series X, and they all play pretty well, so there is no doubt in that. And on the PS5 side, also, we know that most of the PS4 games will be running on PS5. However, Ubisoft just came up and said that you might face issues on a lot of their titles but then it runs, but there may be some glitches here and there. That is what the saying is. Now I saw the video from Digital Foundry about PS5 back compatibility, and they were extremely excited and very happy. In fact, they are like even more happy than how Series X performs, and that is because I think the PS5 is almost 2.2 times more powerful, just taking into consideration the teraflops compared to the PS4 Pro. So how those games play on the PS5, it is a dead sure 60 FPS in almost every scenario. So that is what happens. So all the games that these guys have tested, you will get a 60 FPS as long as there is no FPS cap in the game. So there are a lot of games which have free FPS without any cap, and they have the 30 FPS mode. So if you play in the uncapped version of the game, mode of the game, you will get a 60 FPS. It is plain and simple as that on the PS5 as well as the Series X. But it seems, as per Digital Foundry, a lot of games are performing even better on the on the PS5, sorry, not the Series X, compared to the Series X, because of the performance advantage, which is even more than what Xbox Series X has over the Xbox One X. So that was just 2 teraflops, twice the teraflops. Now in this case of PS5, it is 2.2 times the teraflops, so I think it's a bit more. So the 60 FPS was very easily achievable. That's what they showed. So I'll link all these videos down in the description. You guys can just go and watch that. Now let's go to a few features. So there are a few things that you need to know. So a few features are missing as of now from the PS5. The first one is quick resume, which I don't know how much of a difference it makes. However, if you're playing 2 to 3 games, I think it's good to have quick resume, right? You can just play one game, and once you get tired of that, you can just go to the other game, whatever you're playing, play that and get back into some other game. So something like that, which is there in the Xbox Series S as well as the X, but is not there on the PS5. So that may come in the future, we don't know about that. Now VRR, which was supposed to be there on the PS5, is not there at the moment. No idea why it is not there. It says in their blog that it will be there, but as of now it is not there. And even VRR is not there in the Sony's X900H TV. So it seems it's like a certification that they still are working on to get it from the HDMI 2.1 standard. So maybe they'll get it at some point. Maybe it'll come as an update, or maybe it needs to be done on a game per game basis, which can be a problem. So we'll just have to wait and see. But as of now, VRR is not there. That is one of the major things which I think could be a problem, because VRR is really important. Now the other thing that is not there, which is printed on the cover of the PS5, is 8K playback. So I just saw the Digital Foundry review video, and they revealed that there is no support if you go to resolutions, even if you plug it into an 8K TV for 8K resolution support. So that is also a downer. I think that will also come later on, because again it is HDMI 2.1 standard, and it should not have very much to do with the PS5 as long as you're using it properly. But yeah, they don't have it as of now. And the last one is ALLM, which I talked about a lot in my last video. So you guys can just check that video out. It is there on the right hand top side corner. So in that I talk about what is VRR, what is ALLM, what is every other technology that is there in detail. So you get to know what is that. And ALLM is also not there at the moment on the PS5, which is not a big deal, but then you always have to go and put your TV into game mode, which is kind of a nuisance. So all things taken into consideration, feature wise, I think Xbox is ahead. Launch titles wise, PS5 is ahead. Now back compatibility wise, both are good, but then if you're looking for PS3 and PS2 titles, then I'm sad to say that PS5 does not support that as of now. So again, Xbox is ahead. But again, the problem with Xbox right now is that it's not a problem, it's a good thing. But then I feel like when I buy a new console, I want new things, I want a new experience, I want something fresh, right? That is not there in Xbox, because it looks like the same old console, same old UI, just a bit faster. Okay, maybe twice as faster, but you don't feel that, right? I mean, you don't exactly feel twice as faster. So yeah, a bit stronger, a bit faster, all that is there, but it's more like upgrading a PC than getting a new console. So there is, in my point of view, I don't like that kind of feeling when I get a new console. When I get a new console, I want new UI, I want new experiences, new things. Like the PS5 even has the DualSense, which is the actual true next gen thing that is there right now, with the haptic feedback and all that, and the resistive triggers with which you can press the triggers and the triggers will press back on your finger, right? Those kind of things are not there on the Xbox. So it's quite a lot of things. Now again, the other thing that you need to understand is Xbox supports Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, which is not the biggest deal, but it is a big deal if you are a movie watcher and if you have a TV that supports Atmos and Vision, and I would like that to be there. So that is not there at the moment on the PS5, and so that could be another downer for a lot of people, you know. Like if I want to watch a Dolby Vision movie, then it'll just play in plain HDR. I think that is what it'll do, and not Dolby Vision. And then again, Atmos support will also not be there, which kind of sucks. Atmos is really good, but again they have their own 3D audio, which I heard is like pretty good if you're using it on the headphones. So you can just check out these reviews before you guys actually make your mind. As of now, on what I will do is, I'm not trying to get any of these consoles on day launch, because I don't think I'll get it. First of all, I know for sure that the PS5 will not be available anywhere. Oh, and by the way, so it is still not fixed when it will launch in my country, which is kind of sad and like really shitty. Till now we don't know when the PS5 will launch in India, and it's just 3 days to launch in the US. And even if it is 19th, we are not sure whether it'll actually launch on 19th or not, because Sony just took down that 19th launch which was posted by some of the news, and they also cracked down on some of the e-retailers who are trying to money grab people by, you know, selling PS5s as of now when there is no launch date ready in my country. So we are not still sure whether we'll get the PS5 on 19th of November in India or not. So I think for me, I'll just wait and see a few more months just to see like how it actually pans out, whether the PS Plus collection, which I think is a great value, will actually be there even when I buy next year sometime mid-June or maybe May. I still get PS Plus collection. If I don't get them, then what's the point? If I have to buy all the games, it's like a pointless thing, right? It should be like Xbox Game Pass. The only problem with Xbox I have is I would have bought the Xbox hands down without even thinking. But the problem is it just doesn't have the games, man. I mean, it's great, it's powerful, but without the games, what the hell will you do with it, right? I mean, you need the games. You need to have games like God of War. You need to have games like Uncharted 4, you need to have games like Horizon Zero Dawn. Without those, there is no point of owning any console. I would not buy a console. I already have a PC. So that is my main gripe with Xbox. Everything else is fine. Okay, it does not feel fresh and new. I don't care. If it plays the games well, it is fine. It plays the games well, that is also good, but it does not have the games. That is the main problem right now. So we'll have to see. I mean, I'll wait on both of them. We can see. I'll keep on producing these weekly news videos in which I talk a bit about the new consoles as well as whatever other gaming news are there. And you guys can tune in and make your decisions accordingly. So that's it for me. And I'll start to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla from tomorrow. I'll see you next week with some more gaming news. Like, share and subscribe to my channel Orcus Gaming Corner, and have a great day.